Hello and welcome to my stream today. My name's Jason, also known as Dragon11, and today I'm going to be doing a Pokemon Shiny hunt using Bingo to choose what I'm going after. So I've just been a bit late starting because I've been trying to get that set up, because this is a bit of a short notice stream because I don't really know what I'm doing one week to the next, and basically finished Donkey Kong Bonanza already. So I'm using a site called Bingo Baker to make a bingo card for myself. I've just fed it the 18, I think it is, Pokemon types. I'm just going to generate a card there, which should be on stream if I've done this correctly. So there we go. Right, so basically my objective today is to basically get a bingo of shiny Pokemon. So either a row of 4, a column of 4, or a diagonal of 4. So where do I want to start? Now, water and ice is... Actually, I just realised I just need to open up my sandwich instructions, because I've got to get those open ahead of time. Right, that's that. Where are we? Right, so I can see that I have both water and ice, which are unusually hard ones to isolate. So, and they're right in the middle on the diagonal, so I'm thinking I go for those two first. So, what do I want to go for with those? I might go for ice first. And grab Toddle if I can. So this is on the Switch too, so all the spawns are boosted. You can see in this crater, I came up here just to see what it was like. And it's full of Pokemon now. So spawns are going to be much higher, so hopefully it will be a lot quicker to get shinies. But anyway, that was the wrong button. If I'm going for Toddle, I'm going to want to come over to here, I think is my best spot. I'll crack an ice sandwich. And once I've got Toddle, I can go after Iron Bundle as well. So, be making a start on this. Zoom that out. I think that was the right... If a shiny just popped up straight away, that would have been hilarious, which doesn't look like it. Not that I can see. Too many Pokemon to really isolate right now. Yeah, water and ice I'm going to start with, so using an ice sandwich. So I'll try... see if I can do a bitter and spicy sandwich to start with. So I want 2 claw stick, 1 prosciutto, and broken past them. 1 of each of the peppers, then bitter and spicy. I've got plenty of, actually a little low on salty herb mystica, but plenty of bitter and spicy, so I might as well use those up. The sweet I'd been saving for breeding, but I don't really need them anymore. Let's use a standard silver pick. I'm going to try and spend about 2 hours doing this, see how many I can get within the 2 hours. So, first target will be just to get a bingo, and then beyond that, I will just see how many lines and columns and diagonals I can get. Ooh, that one's a bit risky. Spread them out in an odd order for this. Realised that was so high. I think this will work still. Oh no, okay, that might need a reset. Is that enough to work? That's the point. Let's place that 1 bit of pepper. Is it still enough for an ice type? Let's see. Good start, making a mistake on the sandwich. Yeah, I thought the core sticks were higher up than that, so I could keep it fairly flat. Did it work? Did it work? Did it work? That'll do. That's the one. Still worked, even though I got the separate wrong. Right, now there should be nothing. Okay, there are more Pokemon than I thought would be here. That's a little bit annoying. I forgot all these other ones spawn here. We're looking for a grey one. Is this the best place to get? I didn't even see that. There is way too many here. I might need to change my plan here. Or maybe just go with it. Can I go higher up? Is there more further up? Well, we can try and get a Sneasel at the same time. This area's got quite a lot of this about, so we do have dark in here as well. So if we get a Sneasel, that won't be the end of the world. Cubchoo actually also do for plain ice. We should be getting low. Snom's still spawning here, which is a pain because it's really hard to see. I hope I do spot the grey Sotodle quite easy. I'm just going to start going up and down. Why not? Just look for anything that's out of place. I may miss shinies doing this, but I may not. Would the town reset work? So being on the Switch 2, spawns increasing with areas increasing as well. It could just throw everything completely out of whack from what I'm used to with shiny hunts. Should I try just doing a town reset here? So this number of spawns, I'm hoping it will... There's one! Oh no, it was in shadow. Ah, oh, stupid shadow. It made it look grey. You can see the shadow go across and it turns grey again. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. That's annoying. Gonna have to be careful of them. Right. So the spawns have boosted so much. This area is incredible. I will not be surprised if I end up coming back here for some of the other types. We are getting a good number of Sotodle, and Sneasel will do as well. So if we get Sneasel, I'll probably put it in as the dark type. But so what I'm probably explain what rules I'm implementing on myself for this. Basically, whenever I catch a Pokemon, I have to choose what type it represents. So each Pokemon can only represent one type, and I'll have to choose when I catch it. So I won't be able to go back and select something different at a later date. Sneasel looked oddly blue. Right. This is getting a lot of other things up. Great, that's really going to help. I am going to try going. Ah, couldn't see him. Snowstorm, great timing. Right. So I think going for the diagonals is probably a good idea to start with because they cover 3 different areas. And if I can get, actually, if I can get dark. No, wait, no, dark was on the next row down. If I can get water and ice, that'll be 2 in a row, and it will take out 2 of the diagonal ones, which will each count for 3 different lines. So I was hoping to see more groups of Sotodle spawning up here, which I've seen before. I think it was up here that I actually hunted for Sotodle previously. There's just so many spawns now, it's hard to really keep them confined. Oh good, has snowstorm stopped already? Still snowing, but not as much. So have I actually done any shiny hunts on stream since the Switch 2 update? Not sure if I have. I think my last shiny hunt was just before the Switch 2 was released. Oh, that's not helpful, getting Makuhita and Hariyama in range. Oh, that's not the greatest spot, because I'm getting other Pokemon overlapping. So that ledge up there is gonna cause issues. So, might just be better to stay up this end. I'm hoping to get at least a bingo fairly quickly. When I'm flexible on what type. Snom's going to be annoying. Possible that ice may not have been my best choice here, but while I'm here I can basically do Sneasel and Toddle at the same time. Or Snom, or not Snom, Snorunt. Snom I'm probably not going to spot around here. Teddiursa possibly, but I'm just going to be doing laps up and down to see how that works. So I think it's this spawn area that's causing that ledge to be more of an issue here. Because they spawn in much larger an area now. From the update, which technically should really make shiny hunting a lot easier, but isolating, not so easy, and with the larger areas it is quite possible to miss them. Especially when you've got Snom that are hiding in the grass. So stuff will be spawning in behind me as well, which... like that! Turn around, there's a whole load of them. So the lighting is annoying. So look at this area they're covering. Quite a lot of shinies here. No, just spawns here. The larger area is great for the number of spawns being visible at once, but that's annoying. But when I'm looking over a larger area, I'm not looking close to me. So I'm hoping when it gets a group spawn, it will show up more clearly. So I'm hoping the group spawns will help. And from my experience, I tend to find shinies more often in groups like that. So, fingers crossed. Come on, where's a shiny just to get me started? Oh, that's a good block of groups. I've called them hordes before, but they're not technically hordes in the traditional sense, but they kind of operate in a similar way, I think. So, a group of Pokemon of the same family spawning together. Well, not strictly the same family, but associated Pokemon spawning together. So you can get non-related Pokemon spawning in the same group that just have an association with one another. But I'm still not seeing the shiny. It's been 10 minutes. I'm hoping to get at least 2 shinies from each sandwich. And that will ideally give me a bingo sooner rather than later. But and that I'm spotting so far. So I have actually finished my shiny living decks on Scarlet and Violet. My last one that I was going for was the Family of 3 Mousehold, which I got on Saturday. PM7 was doing his world record attempt, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a bit of shiny hunting. So I pulled it out, had a go, and literally the first sandwich I cracked, 2 shiny Tandem Mouse. Second one evolved into a family of 3. So, fantastic result. That was, I think that was only like my, I think I was between, didn't say that, between 20 and 30 encounters as well, so that was a lot quicker than I was expecting. After the Dunsparce took me, was it like 60 odd encounters? Getting the Tandem Mouse, which is a hard one to hunt to begin with, in like 20 to 30, that was pretty good. So I had been playing around with tweaking the colour on my TV in order to make it show up clearer, which was working quite nicely. Still hard to spot, but made it a lot easier to spot. I just boosted colour and contrast and stuff, and basically turned the pale grey into a sort of bluey grey, and the pale cream into a light pink, so it was grey versus pink, which was a lot easier to spot the difference between. And that's how I got the family of 3 shiny. But with that, I'm now done with shiny hunting for my living decks on Scarlet and Violet, so I am free to do other shiny hunts without worrying about... didn't see that. Without having to worry about wasting materials I need, so... Are you... pain in the arse. Wasting time. Floating ball. Come on, where's the shiny? I just pick up items as I pass them, just out of habit. Don't need them. Yeah, I have been continuing my shiny hunt on Legends Arceus for the unknown. I actually got another 2 different unknowns this week, which takes me down to 5 remaining, I think it is. So, getting there. That's all I need left from Arceus, is the unknowns. So that's almost done. And I've also been getting back onto Sword and Shield, and I've managed to shiny hunt the Dynamax Adventures for the remaining Tapu that I needed. So I had one from an event, the Tapu Koko I got from an event, but the other 3 were never given out as part of event. Well, I think they were part of events, but they were in-person attendance events, which I have never done. See, the shadow is annoying. But yeah, I actually managed to get Dynamax Adventures to give me shinies of them, so that was pretty good. So I think 2 of them were fairly quick as well. I think one was like the 2nd attempt. The other one of the 3 was quite a bit longer. It took me quite a few attempts to get it, and it can get very frustrating with those Dynamax Adventures, which is why I'd stopped doing them before, because of the AI just being very silly. So you're a bit stuck on chance, so you may just get a whole load of Pokemon that are just weak against the legendary at the end, which is not helpful. Or you may just end up against a wall of Pokemon that you're weak against as you go through, and you have to fight something that you're weak to, and that sort of bugs up the whole run. Especially when the AI just takes whatever Pokemon they feel like, regardless of whether or not it's useful or not, which, say, can get rather frustrating. But yeah, I ended up getting them, so I may still do some more of the Dynamax Adventures at a later date, just to get a few extras of some of the legendaries. So there's a few that I got in trades that I'd kind of like to replace at some point, so I might try and go for them at some point. But that's not really that urgent. So there's quite a few other Pokemon I still need that I can get in Sword and Shield, which I can get from the max raid battles, but actually getting them is quite hard to do. So I've been looking for people hosting the shiny raids, which there aren't many left. So there used to be loads, I remember, but nowadays there's not many people actually hosting them. So it's a lot harder to find ones I'm missing. I've got quite a few done though, so I've probably cracked through like 20 or so of them. So I'm actually down to like 60 Pokemon left to shiny hunt in total from currently released Pokemon. So that's already good. But so I'm hoping to clear out as much as I can before Legends EA. I think Legends EA now has about 20 or so. Yeah, I think there's like about 20 or so that have been announced that I still need, and about, or is it 30? Might be 30. Might be like 32 or something. So I have it written down somewhere, but I'm focusing on the shiny hunt right now. But some of those, like 30 or whatever it is, can be found in Sword and Shield as well. So any that haven't been confirmed are probably going to be my priority, but with the way the people that share shiny raids are now, I'm just going to take what I can get. So I don't yet know how easy it will be to shiny hunt in Legends EA. So it may be quite hard to shiny hunt, which would be a shame. And I think would be a massive step back for the series, considering how easy it's been to shiny hunt on the last couple. So Legends Arceus and Scarlet Violet have both been very easy to shiny hunt on, which has been great. So hoping they keep that up, but there's no guarantee. But yeah, so until ZA is released, I'm just going to be keeping an eye out for anyone hosting Sword and Shield max raid battles for the Pokemon that I need, so I'm slowly ticking through them, but so it's up to them what ones they find. So there's a Sneasel. Where's it gone? Got it. That's the first shiny to get off the list. Save just in case it's got a self-harming move, because I'm not in a hurry to look it up quick. Did my Premier Ball thing, because I always catch them in Premier Balls. Caught it. There we go. I'm going to call that dark. So I'm going to mark that off. It's got this nice little animation thing there, where you can see what you've got. So that's that, and there's another Sneasel attacking me. Now, do I stick around here and possibly get another Sneasel, or do I head elsewhere? That is the question. How long's... got about 10 minutes left on the sandwich. I'm thinking... I'm just going to do one more run down here. I'm thinking I switch it up and go for an ice water type in Iron Bundle, especially now that there's a snowstorm just started, which is fantastic. But yeah, I don't think I said earlier that I'm not counting duplicates. So if I catch the same Pokemon twice, I can't use it. So Sneasel's now out of the running, so I can't catch it to get the ice type now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna head down to where am I going? Area 0. So Iron Bundle appears right down the bottom, and I'm thinking I go right the way down and catch that. So I might actually be able to do Dragon and Grass to complete the line. So the Iron Bundle's already spawning. But we've got Frostmoth around here as well, which is possible for a... Is Bug type on my list? Bug type is on my list. I could just dawdle down here looking for... But Frostmoth is rather hard to spot, is the only thing. But we are getting a lot of Frostmoth. A lot of Iron Bundle. So I'm probably going to count this as the Ice type, even though it is Water type as well. So there are other options for Water types, which I can go for, using other sandwiches, once I get that far. So, I'll actually save after... No, hold on. No, go away. Just make sure I drop the save, just look at this area, it's just full of them. Okay, we're getting down to other things there. I think I just head right the way down to the bottom, because I think it'll be more isolated for Iron Bundle there. And Frostmoth is a little bit tricky to spot. If I can do a completely isolated hunt, that'll be much better. Hope I don't miss any shinies on the way down. By the way, you can fly straight down now. Down to my old spot from hunting for Dunsparce. So I should be able to do the old loop I was doing when I was hunting for Dunsparce. So what was my thing? I'll drop down here. Yeah. Drop down here. So just, it's all going to be Iron Bundle down here, so no worrying about identifying a shiny Frostmoth. And the Iron Bundle should be all silver, so something without red on it is basically all I'm looking for. They're spawning in over such a larger area, it's fantastic. So I wish I had this when I was hunting for Dunsparce. Look at this area of spawns. Make sure there's nothing else behind me. Let's look at all these. This is just insane compared to what it used to be. Keep heading up. Hope I don't run into one if it spawns in, but they should be spawning in a larger distance now, so I shouldn't have that problem too much. Hopefully none spawn in walls and stuff, which is a little bit of a risk, but the odds of the one shiny spawning in a wall fairly slim. What have we got here? So we're back to where we started again now. Whole new set of spawns coming in. Just look at this. This is just insane. I could do a sandwich reset for this, but that's not as fun. So hopefully I can get one of these in time and get two from the sandwich. If I can then do the diagonal, that'll be me sorted. Just try, I don't actually know if Iron Bundle has any self-harming moves. Might do, but chances are it will just be like takedown or something like that, which Scarlet Edge is immune to. So that would be fine. Anything, anything, anything. Just look at that. I mean, come on. That is a sight. Quickly book it up the tunnel. So PM7 was doing his event. I think he started on Friday to Saturday, UK time at least. I think for him it was just Friday, maybe. Maybe it was Friday and Friday to Saturday as well. Actually, it probably would have been. I watched some of it. I was out for part of it as well. So I was doing a Magic the Gathering pre-release on Friday night. I saw that they like tripled their old record with their group target, and he managed to get like 257 shinies in a day, which is crazy, but is perfectly doable with Scarlet and Violet with the new updates. I'm just hoping to get something similar to that sort of rate, which unfortunately I seem to be a bit slow at the shinies today, which is a bit unfortunate. Maybe I used up all my luck at the weekend getting the family of 3 Mousehold and 2 new unknowns. So the odds of getting 1 new unknown was low, and I managed to get 2 in a row, which was quite a surprise. But quite a nice one to get. Oh dear, we're running short on time on the sandwich. So maybe the Sotodle was not a great idea to start with. I keep wanting to hit A to jump, because that's what I'm used to in Donkey Kong again. Fortunately I managed to dodge around it instead of jumping over it there, but still hoping for a shiny before the timer ends on the sandwich. Come on, where's a nice silver penguin? Silver penguin. Where's the silver penguin? So if I drop down in this corner, I can sort of let them all spawn around me, which is why I got into the habit of doing that before with the larger spawn area. It works quite nicely, even more so. If it will actually spawn me a shiny one, which it doesn't seem to want to, right? Which is a little bit disappointing, to say the least. I might have to come back to grab an ice type using a different type sandwich at a later point. I might actually do water type. Water type would actually work for Iron Bundle, and it would then let me get water type from something else. Which would be handy. Because Iron Bundle is also water type. 1 minute. 1 minute 40 odd left on the clock, which isn't looking good, unfortunately. Is the game gonna be nice to me? You gonna be nice? You gonna give me a silver penguin? Not there by the looks of it. Okay. Anything? Anything? So just looking for one without the red. So the red is the most noticeable part on it, and when that's missing, it's quite easy to spot. So I was hoping this would be quite an easy hunt. Oh, there's one that just committed suicide. A buzzer beater would be fantastic right now. So the problem is, see, they're spawning behind me. That many all behind me as they're spawning, I could quite easily have missed one. So I'm not even checking behind me here. I think this passage is too narrow for them to spawn too many behind me. So come on, check up the passage. Oh no, I think we just ended. Yeah, we've just ended. Oh, that's a shame. Well, that's a disappointing first sandwich. Yeah, I think I'm... Right. Okay, best not to picnic. Why best not to picnic there? Oh right, we can't picnic near zero, can we? No, wrong button. Forgot I can't picnic in area 0. Right, if I go for water type, I can start with Iron Bundle and then move on to something else. So that was a bit of a disappointing first sandwich. But Iron Bundle is in such high numbers there. Need 2 cucumber. And then the prosciutto. No, spicy and bitter. Right. Bit of a slow start. I can come back from this. I can come back from this. I'm hoping this doesn't topple over everywhere, which I'm a little concerned about. Ugh. Okay, this isn't going quite as neatly as I was hoping it would. Oh! Damn it, there goes another. Hopefully this still works. Hopefully it still works. Hopefully one pepper dropping off still works. I did not save immediately before this, but I saved after catching the sneasel, so that's fine. I think I did actually save in area 0 anyhow, so near enough. Did it still work? Okay, what have we got? Sparkling tartlet. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I don't need to see the experience on. Oh, yeah, I need to drop down first, not just fly over. Okay, so I do have some other options I can go for pure water types, or for dual water types. I'll probably go for the pure one. But I can check these out as I go down. They're quite a narrow path, so they do spawn in a more confined area. And we get a Venomoth until we hit the water, which I'm not interested in right now. I should just dive straight down into the middle. You can teleport, but I'd prefer to just dive, because I think it's quicker. Whee! Right, okay, back to where we were. Try and get a shiny iron bundle. This time with water sandwich. Okay. So it's the first time I've done this sort of challenge, so I was kind of hoping to get more than one lion today, but if I can get at least one, that'll be fine. I'll try and pick up the pace a little bit from what I was doing before. Just a fairly quick sweep around, let them spawn in. Spawn in again here. Come up here a few more. Passage. So they spawn in so much better on the new update for the Switch 2. So I'm still getting used to that, so I probably can pick up the pace a bit more because of the faster spawns. But I do need to be careful with stuff still spawning in behind me. So with that, yeah, I'm really hoping ZA is an easy one to shiny hunt on again, because so far the actual sort of wild area stuff does not look expansive enough. It does look like fairly small isolated areas, which doesn't look like it'll be great for shiny hunting, and doesn't even look like it will have that big a variety of Pokemon. I mean, there's already been effectively like 160 Pokemon confirmed for the game, but how many have we actually seen in the wild is substantially below that. So where are the remaining Pokemon? I'm pretty sure they've got to be in other areas. So I think they just haven't shown it because it's part of it's a big factor of the story when you go to the other areas. But they don't want to reveal that yet because they want to keep the story secret. So it's just sort of a bit concerning that they haven't shown that stuff yet. So hopefully, there's the shiny Iron Bundle. Nice and silver there. Not run into me. There we go. That's what I was looking for. He's a bit of a tough one. Ice Beam against a fire type. That is genius. So I have actually been using Ceruledge for the first Tablets of Ruin event that is on with the shinies, but that's not caught. I'm not really sure how that event is really working because we have to beat like 1 million of each in order to get the shinies, and that's still not caught. That's but I don't see how they can properly track. That's still not caught, really? This is an annoying one. Oh, come on, seriously. Do I just swap to Sneasel and put it to sleep? I think I do. I could use a different ball, but I do like having them in Premier Balls. But yeah, I'm not sure how they're really doing that event. So how are they tracking the million encounters or a million wins? Because you can do them without being online. So how are they actually counting it? Are they just counting the ones you do online? Because they haven't said. That's still not caught, really. This is a pain in the arse. Get the ball, 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 get the ball. Oh, come on! She's going to knock out Smeagol. Held on. So I'm wondering if this sort of shiny Tablets of Ruin event is just a setup to just try and get people playing again, because numbers would have dropped, and get people, come on, get people hyped for ZA. So back playing Pokemon games, then ZA comes out. But I'm wondering if it is just a setup and they're just fabricating the numbers. Really? It shouldn't. It usually doesn't take this long to catch a Pokemon when it's on 1 HP and asleep. Even in a Premier Ball. There we go. Finally. That was nice. Right now, what do I want to go for? That is ice. I could go for dragon or grass, but I don't think I can really... Actually, I could. Oh, go away. I could go for Lotad for the grass type. And if I remember correctly, Lotad is by Wisteria Pond. So just working on that. Oh, and it's raining. But that shouldn't be a problem. I'm looking for a sort of purpley coloured Lotad. This might actually be a good spot for a sandwich reset or picnic reset. I'm getting some Oricorio and stuff spawning behind me. Going on the other side for a better sandwich reset spot. So if I reset this, is the picnic here. If I can fit a picnic here. Yes, I can. So the wider spawn area is a little bit of a problem at times when you're trying to isolate a hunt, as it expands the area the Pokemon can spawn. But it's still spawning it all the way over there. So you can see all the way over there they're spawned in. But I can use this zoom feature to attempt to spot a Lotad at a distance. Oh, there's a Lichen Rock, I think that is. Ideally, so with the number of spawns all in a visible range here. Oh, and we've got a Lombre as well. That's handy. Getting a family one. Anyway, yeah, so the Tablets of Ruin event I think might just be a bit of a setup, and they might just give them to us either way. So I have done some. Wow, they are spawned right in over there. Do I want to start running around or do I want to go for something else? This is a little bit risky, but with the number of spawns, I'm hopeful I'll still get a shiny. Oh, lack of rain will help. So many spawns. Hoping the shiny will just be very visible. That's a point. The grass type event is on at the moment, so I could just get a grass type from that. So I'll go for water type. No, I've already got the water type. Yeah, I'll still go for the grass type. You want a shiny? That isn't what a shiny looks like, is it? No. I always forget what the middle stages look like when they're shiny. I usually see the base stage. Now we see them. I usually see the base stage or the final stage. I forget about the middle stage. Try this spot. Yes, I have done picnic again. Thank you very much. Let me go. Still getting stuff spawning on the other side, which is slightly problematic, but I think that's a petal over there that I can see there. Yeah. But not going for petal, I'm going for Lotad right now. A shiny petal would work, but it would be very hard to spot. I just want to start Rono, because they are a bit hidden in the grass. Oh great, we've got spawns of them all around here as well. That's not going to help. I'm just going to start roaming around the pond and see what happens. I get the feeling this spawn area is... That was my mistake. The larger spawn area is going to mean they don't despawn properly, which is why I started doing the picnic resets to start with. Okay, it has despawned the other side, so that's... I can basically just go from one side to the other. Stop and check. I didn't even see him there. Okay. So, the issue with Lotad is that he's a bit hard to spot under his lily leaf. Because the lily leaf, don't think really changes colour. It's the body that changes colour more than the leaf. So, hopefully I can still spot it. These around here are a little bit annoying. Do I go back to the picnic resets? So there's so many spawning, it's just... So all up there is... Good chance of getting a shiny, but... Am I going to get it quick enough? So initial target I'm halfway to for getting a bingo, so I've got 2 in a row. Which is the dark and ice types. Do I want to be doing this, or do I want to be doing a different Pokemon first? The grass type will be easy to come back to because of the event that's on. I could just do an outbreak to get a boosted up grass type. Oops. Yeah, I might do that. I might come back to it. What else could I go for? Shall I see how Wiglet looks? Wiglet and Bug Trio. So as long as So I'm going to have spawns in the water is the only problem. But if I'm on the beach here, I'm hoping the... Oh, that's not going to help. Although Breezelon Floatzel would work as well. Or Gyarados. Do I need Flying type? Where's my speed? Flying type is on here as well, so I could go for Gyarados for Flying type. Gastrodon. I'm gonna see if I get... Is that... Oh, it's a launcher. It's even... So I'm gonna see if I get the Wiglet Wug Trio. But there's plenty of other water types around here that I can get instead. So, see what happens. See if I spot... So I have a habit of spotting shiny Weasel, because I kept doing it as I was playing through the game. And now all the stuff at the back of the things spawning instead of water types. Right, what have we got? Okay, this might not be as good as I was hoping it would be. So water types are hard to isolate. You just saw those pop in, it shows how many Wiglet and Wug Trio spawn along here. Just go out of range a bit to make them despawn. Nope, Chansey. Not what I'm after. If I stay a little bit further away from the water's edge, so there's stuff spawning in the water that I just cannot see. Is that a cloister as well? Fantastic. Cloister was another option for the ice type. There's a Weasel. That's my pure water type. What else can go for this? That's... Psychic and... Whoops. Psychic and fighting would be good. I could go for Taurus. That is a very hard one to spot though. Should I go for Aqua Breed Taurus? I kind of want to see what it's like. So a lot of this is just me sort of checking out how the shiny hunts are at the moment. Just move away from all of these. So I don't need Wug Trio anymore. So I could try for Gyarados, but it'd probably be easier to go for a flying type sandwich on him. Fighting type, I could go for Taurus, which I think would be easiest over here. Just quickly heal because of the Smeargle taking damage earlier. Yeah, most of these were actually Pokemon I caught during my playthroughs, so they're not... Although they are shiny, they are not in... See, the issue here is that I may not even get the Aqua Breed as the shiny. I might just get a fighting type as shiny, but that's fine. Any Taurus would be fine as a fighting type. Problem is they are rather hard to spot. Hitting the wrong button for jump again. So I'm just going to be roaming around here, checking out all these big groups of Taurus. So hopefully I'll be able to spot an odd one out of the groups. Which is rather hard to spot with the lighting because their coat sort of shimmers with the light. So depending on the angle it looks different shades. That one at the front looked dark for a second there, but it was just the... I think it's just the angle. It's not shiny, is it? No. I'm making them angry. Yeah, because I'm attracting Aqua Breed Taurus, it's getting all the regular Taurus spawning with it because they never spawn on their own. So I'm really hoping I'll spot it. If it turns up. Either way, this will be a fighting type, so whether it's the Aqua Breed or not. Although the Aqua Breeds are the only ones that have the boost. Yeah, only the water types do get the shiny boost from the sandwich, is the downside. Is it worth trying something else? It may be. I'll do this for a couple of minutes, and if I don't get anything, then I'll pick something else to hunt for instead, because I didn't really think of that. What other options do I have? I could just go back to the Lotad, but grass type will be very easy to get anyhow with the outbreaks. So probably not worth going for a grass type with another sandwich. Unless it's like Oddish and I'm using a poison type sandwich. Because Oddish is boosted as part of that event. In their outbreaks. See, all these groups would be perfect for a shiny to show up in. But not seeing anything yet. So the shiny is a little bit tricky to spot. That's in the shade. So you've got to be careful of the lighting still. So I'm pretty sure they are almost pitch black when you get a shiny, so hopefully they'll show up nice and clear. So they decide to stand up at least. But yeah, so these streams at the moment are just sort of filler for now, because I was hoping to hear back about a job, but the application period ended at the start of the month and I haven't heard anything back yet. So it could be they're still just going through the applications. It could be they're just not ready to hire anyone straight away and they're only planning to hire them from like September, which means they might contact me next month. But sort of waiting around hoping to hear back from them, because I was quite hopeful about this job. Mariama, that would do as well. So I was quite hopeful about this job because it was a perfect job for me and perfect for the position. It's a practice I've worked for before, so they know me and they know what I can do, and I'm familiar with all their systems and software they use and whatnot. But so can't just assume I'll get the job, just hope I do, but the longer it's taking them to get back to me, so they haven't said I haven't got the job, so I'm hoping they just haven't got back to me yet. So as they know me, I would have thought they would have at least replied if I didn't get the job. But until they do, there's not really much I can do. So if they don't reply soon, I'm just going to start sending CVs out again, as I had been doing before. But so work in architecture hasn't been great lately, or in recent years, because of various poor choices by the government, which have sort of buggered up the industry a little bit. And while that settles down, there's not a lot of design work to be done. So it is picking up a bit, but until it does, I've just got to wait. So I'm experienced in the role, so it shouldn't be too hard to find a job once they start looking again, but it's kind of a case of, are they going to want someone who's experienced, or are they going to want someone cheap? Someone who's fresh out of uni, it's going to be cheap. So even looking for other jobs, that's the same thing. I may be experienced in architecture, but I'm not experienced in other fields. So even if I did do something just mundane, I'm overqualified for that job. So my skills don't really apply to that job, to other jobs at all, so not the easiest field to find work in, or not easy for me to find work in other fields, I mean. So they'd rather have someone who's experienced in that field, or is just fresh out of uni and nice, or fresh out of high school and nice and cheap to employ. So, being 35 now, I'm not on minimum wage, so, well, my minimum wage will be higher than someone who's fresh out of high school. So, they're less likely to employ me. And as I'd found before when I was looking, before I got my first job in architecture, they don't really like employing people who have trained in a specific field, because they know that we're just up and leave if another job comes along, which is completely true. But at the moment there aren't any other jobs in my field, so kind of rock and a hard place with the work in that regard. And yet my parents, especially my dad, will not let that go. Well, you've got to find a job, well, you've got to find a job, you found a job, you found a job. No, money comes around. It just does not stop. Every time he just brings it up and just doesn't think about what he's saying. It's not like he actually had a hard time finding work when he was younger, because he's basically worked the same job his entire life. He's just worked with BT out of high school and rode that through his entire life. I was like, oh, lucky him. But yeah, so that's just how it goes. That's how he is. And whenever he's in a bad mood, he just starts moaning at whatever he feels like, so even if he doesn't think through what he's actually moaning about, he just thinks it'll be so easy just to find a job, just pull a job out of my arse. Be fine, and I'm just not bothering. It's like, no, it's not that I'm not bothering. I'm trying. I've been trying. There isn't anything. It's the fact that he doesn't know what he's talking about. Of course, he won't listen to him being told he's wrong. And this doesn't look like it's working with these tourists. So the tourists... Oh, no, wrong button. No, I've only got 1 minute left on the clock anyhow. No, I've probably wasted that so much. Trying these tourists for too long. Oh well. Might as well see one spawn to the last second. I'm thinking I'll go dragon next. Maybe use another type sandwich to get a dragon. So dragon will be the corner one. Then grass type should be fairly easy to get, so I do those over 2 sandwiches. If I use something else to get a dragon, that'd be perfect. I'm really hoping I haven't missed a torch as well, still. 1 minute. I'm pretty sure I can spot it quite easily if it showed up. See, hate the shade, hate the shade. saying so, seriously. Hate the snake, hate the snake. When I was playing Donkey Kong Bonanza last night. I do not like the snake bonanza. It is far too twitchy. Trying to get it to sort of stay in place, it will just constantly move as you're hopping around on it. And it's rather frustrating trying to do anything when it's moving around like that. So its abilities aren't great. The glare I'm getting the hang of, but I don't think it's a great ability because you have to keep reactivating it every time it runs out, which kind of sucks. No, I think we've ended. Yeah, we've ended that one. Okay, let's find a spot to drop a save there. What are my options next? So if I can do dragon, then grass type would finish me off. Wait, I forgot to mark water. Whoops. So I could do dragon next, and then I could go for the diagonal dragon grass ice dark. Could also go psychic and fighting to get that row. But what can I do? If I'd done fighting, what would that give me access to? I could do that wouldn't actually work that well. Dragon. Dragon I could do. Dragon would give me a few options. Get off him. I don't. No. I'm gonna go with dragon. And I'm gonna go to Dratini first. So, where's my dragon sandwich? 2 avocados, right. Oh, no. Is that the one? 2 avocados, one of each of them, yeah. Actually just going to pop to the loo quickly, so if you'll excuse me, I will be right back before I finish this sandwich. Be right back. Okay, my mic has not been working this entire time. That's annoying. I just realised my mic was turned off. I thought I turned it back on. I've been talking without the mic on for ages. So I may just not bother uploading this. I might still upload it. I think it must have been after I went to the toilet. I thought I turned the mic back on. I thought it was working, but obviously it wasn't. Well, I said a lot of stuff and wasn't being recorded, so that's fun. That sandwich has just ended anyhow. So I don't know how long I've got. So I don't actually know how much of what I've said today was actually heard. I might as well go and just try a outbreak. Why not? Which one looks good for a cap? Any other caps kids around the place? I could go over here. Oh, I've actually got 30 minutes. I have 30 minutes until my dinner will be ready, so I think I'm going to crack another sandwich. So I can go for a Capsicid for a grass type, and then Oddish for a poison type. Maybe even grab something else for another bingo. Do I want to do that? Well, it's the grass type event, I might as well. So the downside about this one is that there will be Smoliv appearing nearby, but make a sandwich. Pepper, mosquito, spicy, bitter, pick. Lettuce might be a bit of a tricky one to stack up. I might put them on top. Keep them in a nice, neat part. Everything comes in threes, or most things come in threes, so it's. I quite like having them in piles of 3 on here. So lettuce is very big. I think. No, I lost one. I'm hoping that still works. So I don't actually know how much I was recording of what I said. That's a bit annoying. I did not notice that my mic wasn't on. I don't know if it had been off the whole time or if I just knocked it at some point and turned it off. Okay. They're all working. The outbreak is just over here. So I could get a Smoliv or a Hoppip while I'm here, but I've got the Capsicid outbreak that I can work with here. Is this a good location for building? Maybe. Out as many as I can, as quick as I can. So hopefully a shiny will pop up nice and quick, even while I'm knocking these down potentially. So Capsicid, not the easiest to spot, but it's not too bad. It's a yellowy colour. Yeah, it's annoying that I really don't know how much of what I said has actually been recorded. I do not know if it was when I came back from going to the toilet that I forgot to turn the mic back on when I thought I turned the mic back on. No, I didn't turn the mic off, and I turned it off instead of turning it back on. I thought I was turning it back on and it turned off. Not much I can do about that now. That's just unfortunate. So, problem with not having many people watching you, you don't really have people telling you when something's gone wrong, like that. Which... oh well. So I'm hoping this field is a nice spot to see them in. There are other things spawning nearby, but most of what's in this area is Capsicid, so hello? There you go. Trying to keep an eye out for that. Not many left in the outbreak message. At which point I'll have to start despawning and respawning them. There's one all the way over there. Gimme goal, which does bug me after a while, just hearing that noise, just twittering away nearby. Getting lower. So I could end up with a solid while I'm doing this. He's still going. Doing his thing. Let's go from there. So what had I been saying when my mic was muted by accident? I'd said a bunch of stuff. It was a bit disappointing the dragon sandwich didn't really work. So I was just distracted with the shiny outfit. I didn't notice the mic. But yeah, the dragon sandwich just was a bust, so doing the dratini probably wasn't the best idea. Because that lake was... I think it would have been better in Scarlet. I think that's where I hunted for it there before. But it just wasn't isolated enough in Violet with Dreepy everywhere. So that was a bit of a shame. Oh, there we go, that's the message. Let a few more get knocked out. Right, I'm going to try and despawn these. What's going to be the best way? Awesome, to try and spot the little yellow shiny. Well, that reset those quite nicely. Which would be a case of getting a shiny. Nope. Come back here. Grab the shiny. Oh, this will be a pure grass type. This will be nice and quick to catch. I don't think there are any grass rock types, unfortunately. Because that would fill that up quite well, but this is just sort of overtime now. Let's go grab Oddish. The Petalil is only pure grass type. Oddish. Ooh. This could get dragon type as well. Oh, hold on. Whoa! That's the Gloom. So there's a chance of a learning Executor here as well. So I think the Oddish. I'm currently going. I've got a grass type sandwich on, so I'm trying to get Oddish for the poison slot on my bingo card, but I'm probably not going to get any more lines done today. I've already got one bingo line done, so that'll do. Attack it then. Thank you. So I'm just using the bingo card to select the types, and then I go for one Pokemon of each type. No, don't go after them. I can't catch the same Pokemon twice, is my rule that I've given myself, so I couldn't have used this for both grass and poison. Look, I've got Executor as well. Hope that doesn't come up shiny, because I already have Psychic type covered. Oh, Dealing as well. Dealing would work for normal. Is normal on my list? Normal's not on my list, so I do not want a Dealing to show up shiny. Which, knowing my luck, it'll probably be a Dealing that shows up shiny, but I still have 20 minutes left on this sandwich, at which point I'll be ending stream, because I'll have to go down for dinner. But unfortunately, these Oddish aren't spawning as readily as I was hoping they would. I knock some other stuff out while I'm here. The Oddish should spawn back in. Actually, I should be able to... Oop. Reset. So unfortunately this Oddish outbreak is right on the edge there, which probably could have picked a better one to do, to be honest, but with all these other grass types around. So there's... well, there were Gloom spawning a minute ago, but now they seem to have been replaced with Execute. Leave the deer alone. So a Random Executor would be good. Any more Oddish here? Reset again. And just touch the corner here. That should get them respawning. Spot actually isn't too bad because it blocks everything in between. There's a chance I could just get a random Oddish while I'm setting up the outbreak. Keep attacking them, there's still some left. Is that Executor sitting on a sitting on an Execute? So in this spot, every Oddish should be part of the outbreak, which should be boosted by the event. So, or maybe not all of them. Vital Plume as well. So, Executor would be good as well, if not one of the Oddish line. So, Executor would give me another row, or another line on the bingo card. But my target was one bingo line, so I kind of feel like I should have done the grass type event first. Probably the best spot for the Oddish. But hopefully it should be fine. I can make use of the town resets. I'm not shiny. So most of the shinies around here I should be able to spot quite easily. Annoyingly I've got fairy as well, so oh, away, normal type that I don't need. So the town reset is also helpful. So all these spawns is just crazy compared to what it used to be. So first time doing a shiny hunt stream like this with the new spawn, so I wasn't really sure how well it would go. I was hoping it would have gone better than this, to be honest, but there's obviously a bit of luck involved with what spawns where. So this outbreak probably would have been useful for doing earlier on to get started. Shot there. The problem is once I clear out the Oddishes, everything else spawns in its place, so some of the smaller spawns I probably wouldn't even notice. Try not to go over that way too far. Keep the spawns around this Oddish area. So how many spawn each time is kind of random as well. So I'm going to be keeping an eye out for other things popping up, but so unless it's part of the Oddish line or alone an Executor, I don't need it. Actually, not all of the Oddish line, because Blossom, if that shows up, that was be another one that I don't want. That's pure grass type. Execute Psychic, which I've already got. I'll take any shiny I find, but it won't count towards my bingo game I'm playing. How long have we got? 15 minutes. Put that down. They've got a few more spawns here now. Oh, not many left. Right, time to call you back. Now I'll just start resetting the spawns. And hope to get a shiny Oddish fairly quick. grass getting in the way isn't helping. Not spotting any obvious shinies over there. Gonna reset. Any oddish that I can see from here? So I think it's just spawning too many in over this way. Oh look, there are oddish spawning over here as well. They're not part of the outbreak though, so not got the boosted chance. Just these ones. Oddish. Yeah, it's probably the best spot for the oddish. It's hidden grass a bit, but that's only blue. Nothing down the cliff. Obvious around here. Check any more spawn. Oh, there are more spawning. Actually worked quite well. Right. See if that little loop works again. Start off heading around this way. I think it's because the Pokemon spawning in the water on this end. Do a loop round here. They stop spawning in the water and instead spawn in the outbreak. But still no sign of shinies. Like a Froakie. It's because no grass types spawn in the water. Executor would be good as well. But no. Use a loop round. Oop. Hiding in a bush. Saw it at the last second. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to be streaming next week. So I know a friend of mine wants to do some stuff in person, so I may take a week off again to do that with him. Oop, didn't actually mean to hit the town there, but for the essentially a town reset that it gets. Did I actually reset them, or did they just sort of half despawn? Maybe I was able to do it quick enough that they didn't despawn completely. Still no shiny odd-ish. Including the one that was sitting underneath the Executor just then. That Executor does like sitting on top of the oddish. The game is set to have 2 spawn points there on top of one another by accident, no one's ever noticed. Check for the only one on there. Executor. Other things that I may or may not notice the shinies of. Not that I need them. Oddish, oddish. No, no, no. Reset. Times less than 10 minutes. Right. Other oddish would be good. It's a shame about the dragons not working out. That would have been great for getting the Executor here. Maybe I should have just come here for that. doing setting up the Oddish while hunting for Executor. But oh well, didn't think of it. Yes, spawning when I'm not looking. Okay, apparently I have 5 minutes, but near enough. They might have just heard my ringtone go off over my mic, but yeah, so I'm not sure what I'll be streaming next week. So I might take a week off at some point. I still need to work out when my friend's... He's got a week off work and wants to do something, but I may skip streaming that week to do stuff with him instead. Because he wanted to play a Split Fiction, it was. I want to play Split Fiction, and I was up for playing it. That's a shiny Oddish. The bright green was rather easy to spot. Right, well, that's another one to add to the list. Do I get cheeky and try and go for a bug? Any easy bugs to waddle? I could potentially go for... What's that caught? Oh, actually I forgot to mark off the grass. Grass and poison. Completely forgot about them. Just got some points. So... 8. 8, yeah. If I remember correctly, if I go here, I might quickly be able to get a bug in the last few minutes. But that's not bad. 8 out of 16, so I've got half of them, so... I'll save. I've got 6 minutes left on the sandwich. Are they around here somewhere? Yes, they were. How easy are these to spot shiny? Not completely isolated, which is a shame. Could we pull off a picture of them just to double check how easy they will be to spot? Okay, it's a dark green, which might actually show up easier than the non-shinies. So it's probably a bit of a long shot to get at the last minute here. But I think I can just hop here and back out. We've got Poliwag and stuff spawning in the water as well, but no grass types over there. It's the Lotad, only by the lake. How do they spawn down? How far down do they spawn even? So they are rather hard to spot in the grass, is the only issue. I should zoom in as I'm doing this. Up and back out. I just do a loop each time. The problem is there's stuff spawning all in the water and that now as well. Oh, we've got sea dot and stuff over there as well. Oh, that's... So before they wouldn't have been spawning all the way over there. Now they do, which means this is no longer an isolated hunt, which is problematic. Right, okay. So that makes this a bit of a problem. 1 minute on timer. Should I switch to something else just to get another one off the board if I can? You know what, let's try. Oh, actually, there's a whole cluster of them spawned there now. No. Hold on. Well, I'm going to try quickly going here, see if I can get some just by running back and forth here. So I think Tropius will be easy to spot, and Tropius spawns at the south. Do I actually need... I do have flying on the list, so Tropius everywhere. Where am I going? Takes that way, so I want to go... okay, go here as well. Oh, bounced off one. That's a good start. So these should be nice and easy to spot. So as soon as this sandwich finishes, which is about 2 minutes, I'll be going down for dinner, so I'll be signing off then. Yeah, so what I'm planning to do next week, I have no idea. So after work that out, I'll probably be sorting that out over the weekend. I might do a very short playthrough of something while I'm working out what I'm doing. I may decide to take next week off, I'm not sure yet. But probably not going to do another shiny hunt straight away, so probably take a bit more time to... getting too close to the water. Take a bit of time to work out how all these new spawns work before I do another one of these, because a couple of these sandwiches were a bit of a waste because stuff's spawning too far away, or too much spawning, that I can't manage it. This is getting too close to other things. Little one there, I'll be down in a minute. So, go. Not terrible because it's normal type. Actually, I don't need normal type, do I? I said that about dealing and then. I can get Tropius just to finish off, that would be good. With my 1 minute left on the sandwich. So either way, 8 shinies out of 16. Not a bad run. So my first time doing this with the new update. So it's going to take a bit of working out the good hunts to do and the bad hunts to do. And I found a couple of bad hunts to do today, so learning experience. Some just, I think I just got unlucky. Some I just need to adjust my tactic. Like, I'm going too fast through these again, aren't I? I need to keep stopping and checking behind me and not run into things like I nearly did just then. Oh, shiny. That's shiny. There's shiny. Yay! One last shiny to finish on. See, this worked. So this is definitely going to be the last one of the stream. So unfortunately I did have my mic muted for probably about half the stream, which not good, but oh well. It happens. So nothing I can do about that now. Ooh, outrage could be a problem if it goes on too long. Let's just catch on the first ball. There we go. Right. Flying. So that's 9 out of 16. 1 bingo. So that's all good. So I'll make a note of this bingo card generator thing that I've used today. So that worked quite well. What's left on time? Yeah, that just finished. That was a buzzer beater. But anyway, yeah, so pretty good result. So 9 out of 16. So 9 is still actually pretty good for a stream. Out of 5 sandwiches, was it in the end? Yeah, 5 sandwiches in the end. Planning to only be 4, but push for another 1 at the end. So there's the end result. So let's see if we can arrange these. Dark. Ice. Water. Grass. Flying. Poison. Fairy. Psychic. Fairy. Fighting. So that's the grid matchup as far as that was concerned. Yeah, got the bingo across there. Those 4. But anyway, so I'll need to be signing off and going down for dinner now. So thanks for watching. I may or may not be back next week, depending on what I'm doing. So we'll just have to wait and see in that regard. So still waiting to hear back about possible job. Maybe doing something else. May have to find something else to stream. But until then, thanks for watching. I'll try and get this uploaded tonight onto YouTube. I had a bit of trouble getting my last VOD to upload, but got there eventually. Hopefully this one doesn't take too long. But yeah, so if you're watching this on YouTube, please check me out on Twitch. If you're watching this on Twitch, please check me out on YouTube. Links will be in both places. So thanks for watching, and I will see you around.